Hey everybody. It has been a while. Won't feel like that to anyone here because I haven't made my channel yet. So this will just be within like a few days or a week with the last one that I posted. Hi, little girl. What are you doing? Oh, careful. My cat is checking out the basement. It's the first time we really let her down here. So I'm letting her explore. It's been a while for a lot of different reasons. It's probably been like, I want to say a month, but it's probably been at least 2 months since the last time that I've recorded anything. I visited family on the holidays, and honestly, that's always like, it can be difficult for anyone. And I absolutely love my family, but we don't have necessarily the same, I don't want to say morals, but just kind of views on life. So anytime I visit home, it can be a lot for me personally. And it kind of always takes me a little bit to like reset. And then we had a family member who's been sick for a very long time, and they just passed recently. And that has been really hard for a lot of different reasons that I'm not going to go into on here. But, so we've been grieving for a really long time. And now that they have finally passed, it's a little bit relieving to know that they are at peace and that they're not in pain. But it is still hard because this is it, they're gone. So it's just been a lot. And recently I went through a like depressive episode, which is not unusual for me, especially during the wintertime. But especially with everything that's been happening, it was hard. And just like everything that we've been through the last like 3 years has been really hard. And I feel like I keep reaching these points where I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Or not like fine, but like, oh, I'm like better. And I'm like feeling good. And I'm feeling like energetic. And then something comes out of nowhere and reminds me of a time. And it just kind of shocks me. Like, it's like, oh, hold up. Low. I'm not good. I'm not good right now. And I think that's normal when you're processing trauma, but it doesn't feel good, obviously. And so that's been hard, kind of thinking like, oh, you're making progress, you're making progress. And I do feel like I am, but then you have these moments where like the smallest little thing to someone else, to you, is enormous. So I've just been kind of trying to take my time and not put pressure on myself. And so that's why I haven't been recording. I have really wanted to record, but it's just not been the time. It just hasn't. And we were traveling to visit the family member who was sick. I'm very happy and fortunate that we were able to see them before they did pass. We were actually planning to go visit again soon, but that is when they passed. So we'll be going to their memorial service in the next couple of weeks. And so there's just been a lot going on. But I have tried to keep up with some self-care things. For instance, I've been stretching with resistance bands, usually twice a week. Twice a week, I'm usually pretty good. When I've been feeling like really stressed or just like overwhelmed, I'll draw myself a bath. That usually helps me kind of just recenter. It also helps my body relax because my body likes to freak the hell out. Also, sorry if my hair looks like, I don't know what it looks like in the camera, but it's a little crazy. I washed it a couple days ago, so this is after a little while. Also, my makeup is a little experiment I was doing.
Like a little strawberry.
Just a little fun experiment that I wanted to do because I have, that's the other thing with the self-care. I feel like I have had more creative thoughts. I don't know why it took me a minute to say that. I feel like I've had a lot more creative thoughts that I've been writing down, and I have some ideas for some shoots that I really want to do. So I'm very excited about that. Hence the experiment with makeup. You know, I've been stretching, been, you know, hygienically trying to take care of myself. Also, I have been using a water pick in the shower. I've had it for a while. I used it somewhat infrequently, so I'm trying to get better with that. If you don't know what a water pick is, it's like a water flosser, basically. Very similar to like whatever they use in the dentist, you know, get in there. But I love it. The one I got isn't like a super fancy one. Like it's just a portable little dude that was like maybe $30. It has 3 settings. I've never gone past the first setting really because it's so intense. And again, I'm sure as I use it, I might go up to the second one. I can't see myself ever using the third one, honestly. Like that thing is so fucking intense. So yeah, but it is awesome. I have never been good about flossing my teeth. I've always been pretty good about brushing my teeth. I've also had an electric toothbrush for several years. And I've tried to be good at flossing. I hate it. I hate the feeling of it. I hate the fly. Like it's gross. Like you have the string of it. I fucking hate it. I know that it's good for my teeth. That's why I would try to do it. But it would literally be like a few months would go by and I'd be like, oh shit, I should probably floss my teeth. Or I'd go to the dentist and they'd be like, you should probably floss your teeth. And then like, I haven't gone to the dentist in a while because I haven't had insurance. So yeah, got the water pick. And honestly, it's been amazing. The first time I used it, I bled a lot, which is normal. Everyone says that. So like highly recommend you just like use it in the shower the first couple of times. I just use it in the shower in general because it's easy. Like, you know, just cleaning it and fucking stuff is coming out. It's just easier. And now that I've been using it a lot, like I definitely feel a difference in my gums and my teeth. I was getting really concerned because I was brushing my teeth and like towards the end of me brushing my teeth, there would always be some blood. And I'm like, well, this isn't good. Like my gums shouldn't be bleeding. Like this is not a good thing. So I finally looked into it and got the water pick. And since then, unless I don't keep up with the water pick, that's gone now. Like I don't have any bleeding whenever I brush my teeth. So highly, highly recommend if you are someone like me, if you are someone like me who struggles with dental hygiene and keeping up with that, water pick will save the day. So I've been doing that. I've also had this retinol cream for not a very long time, but a long time. And I've used it like maybe twice. Recently, I've been back on the schedule with that and kind of getting my skin used to it, because with something like that, you need to like take time with it. Like you do it like maybe once a week, then you do it maybe twice a week, then you do it like 3 times a week. Honestly, I can't ever see myself using it every day. One, because I'm just not the type of person to be good with skincare like that. Hello, where have you been? Where have you been? She's covered. Come here. Oh, you're so dramatic. Look at you. Look at all the bugs. Who's that? Okay, let's get that off your face. I know, you're adventuring. You're having a blast, but this is ridiculous. Can you see your face? Did you get it all? Yeah? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, be free. Good girl. So I lost my train of thought because she's just so cute. Retinol. Yeah, I just don't see myself using it every day anyways because I don't keep up skincare, like extra like that. So, and also, I don't know, I think that sometimes it's good to skip stuff like that and kind of just let your skin be in its natural state. Like I almost always use moisturizer, but there are days where I don't. And honestly, for me, I feel like I know the days where it's like, I'm chilling at home, I'm not going outside. I don't need to put on SPF. I don't need moisturizer right now because I like the way my skin feels, or I just forget, which is 9 times out of 10 when I don't use it. But normally I do use moisturizer on my face. But I don't know. I feel like every once in a while it's fine to just like skip and let your skin just like breathe. It's a fuzz. So stuff like that, you know, doing the resistance bands, doing the skincare, taking care of myself mentally, doing fun creative stuff, even if it's just in my brain. But I did write and draw kind of like a schematic, I guess, of the different photo shoot ideas that I have. It's going to be like a series. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a lot because of what I want. I like really want to, whenever I've done shoots at home, I've always, you know, done my own sets and everything like that, but I haven't had a ton of space to work with because of the places that I've lived in previously. I don't have that issue here. So I really want to go all out and like make a beautiful set for every single one. So I want to release these in spring. My partner keeps reminding me that I don't have to do that. And I know I don't. That's my own deadline that I'm putting on myself. And I don't want to put pressure on myself. But it would be awesome if I could do it by spring. If not, I could do it by summer or fall or whatever. I'm just very excited for it. I lost track of what I was going to say. Basically, I wanted to do this video because I've been wanting to film something for a while and I've been off of it for a couple months now. But this is the reality that a lot of us live with, is that, you know, we'll make these promises to ourselves or be like, you know, we really want to accomplish X, and then life happens. Like I said, it was the holidays, and then a unfortunately very sick family member, and their passing, and my own and my own depression on top of all of this, and anxiety and everything. And that is life. And I feel like I see a lot of these very inspirational people online, and it can sometimes be very motivating and beautiful and wonderful, but then there's also a part of me that's like, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? Why am I not accomplishing my goals? You know, I feel like I try to follow different... Sorry, there keeps being honking outside, which is unusual because we kind of live in the middle of nowhere. So it's just a little bit odd. I feel like, hello. I feel like, you know, with these beautiful, amazing, inspirational people online, you know, whether it is someone who is motivating people to get healthy with their diets, or exercise, or self-care, or just like a motivational speaker, you know, to get you to accomplish those goals. And it's not to say that those people don't have stuff going on in their lives. Of course they do. Everyone has stuff going on in their lives. I guess someone was trying to drop off packages, and it is very snowy, and they didn't come down the driveway, so we'll have to go get those later, and that is fine. And that's what the honking was, and I appreciate it, but it genuinely sounded like it was much farther away than it was. I keep losing my fucking train of thought. Everyone has stuff going on in their lives, including these, you know, wonderful people that we see online. I appreciate that work and that legacy that a lot of people have, but it can also sometimes, and this is not on them whatsoever, but it can also make you feel like a failure because you go out and you try to live by these words or take these bits of advice, or you just keep trying and you keep failing. And I feel like we don't acknowledge enough that it's okay to fail and it's okay to take a break from certain things. And I'm not talking about anyone specific when I'm talking about these like gurus or inspirational, motivational people. Just kind of a flood of many people come to mind. And there are some people who are a little bit more aggressive with it, where they're like, get off your ass and do this. And that works for some people. So I'm not even necessarily going to be mad at that. But when you are depressed or when you're going through stuff in your life, most of the time, not everyone, because everyone deals with stuff differently, but there is a lot of people who you're not going to do anything. Like, you're going to do what you need to do to live. You're going to go to work. You're going to take care of your kids or take care of your pets or be there for your friends or just make it to the next day. And doing like push-ups and making sure you're following a skincare routine is literally at like the bottom of your list of things to do. And I just think that it's very important that we acknowledge, like, in the normal realm of the world and people are struggling, especially nowadays, a lot. And it can feel almost impossible to just do the smallest of things to take care of yourself. And that's part of why I wanted to make this channel in the first place, because I feel like I have reached my goals in a lot of areas, but then there's a lot that I have failed at continuously. And, I'll start doing something and I'll continue and I'll be good with it for a while, and then I'll fall off. And I'm like, why did I fall off? Like, do I just not have the motivation? Do I suck at this? Like, what's wrong with me? And yeah, it's just something that I feel really passionate about, because I've seen so many of my friends struggle, and just people in my life who want to accomplish certain goals and are so smart or so talented, and they're just lacking resources or time management. And a lot of times with that time management, people will give you guides and books and all this stuff. But if you have ADHD or you're depressed or you're constantly riddled with anxiety, those guides and schedules and everything can be nice and they can be helpful. But the reality is that a lot of the times that doesn't actually work for a lot of people. And you either have to find a solution through therapy, or, oh my God, a thought, people should just be paid more for their work in general. And then you don't feel this insurmountable weight of, I have to pick up an extra shift. I can't call off even though I feel absolutely miserable, or I'm having a panic attack, or I just need a day of rest because my body is in so much pain. That is the reality for a lot of people nowadays, is that they feel like they can't call off. They feel like they can't take vacations. And they're even doing more, where they're taking up extra shifts, or they're going and getting a second job. And that's the reality that we live in. And so for people to jump on the internet, who a lot of times have very privileged lives already, and I'm not talking about the very positive people who are just trying to help. This is something else. Like, when people pop up online who have very privileged lives, hi, you're all dusty again. Come here. Let me get that off your face. These people who will get on and they live these privileged lives and they're giving out advice. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just people who are in other positions will watch those videos and be like, oh, well, why can't I do that? Why can't I eat like that? Why can't I do X? Well, that person might have a personal shopper. That person might have a freaking chef in their house. That person either is getting paid online or has a job that pays them very well. So they're able to get the foods that they need that they're talking about in their videos. And it's just not the same for the average person. I don't have a car. I've never owned a car. And it sucks because there's been a lot of opportunities in my life where if I had a car, my life circumstance would have been different. But I have to live in the reality. And there was a lot of opportunities where I could have taken the bus out to wherever it was. And not to say I didn't take the bus, because I took the bus a lot of places. It would be an unrealistic commute for me to take those jobs in the past. And I know the bus system because I've taken the bus a lot, and it's very unreliable depending on the city that you're in. And I've lived in a couple different cities, so I know that it's not just one city. So even just not having a car has drastically changed the way that my life has gone. And that's one thing. That means I can't just go to the store whenever I want. I can't go visit friends whenever I want. Yes, there's Lyft. That's expensive. Same with Uber. They're insane now. And then with the bus, you're on their time schedule. You're on, you better hope that you only have to take one bus. Most of the time it's two, depending on where you're living and where you're trying to go. And you have to hope that you have money for that bus because you also need food and you need to pay your bills and you need to pay rent and you need to get to work. So you're going to prioritize getting to work that gets you money to pay for food than to going to visit your friends. I've been lucky enough that I've lived in cities where it's relatively easy to get to the city part of things, to like visit people. Also, friends have cars, so they've helped out with that. But your autonomy is different when you don't have access to something like that. And so you can only take what certain people are saying with a grain of salt because your position is going to be so different than theirs. And it just crushes me to see people that I know and love who are so brilliant and want to do or create these amazing things in the world, and they just feel defeated because they don't have the money for the resources, or they don't have transportation, or they don't have the will to do it. Like they want to do it. They have it planned out. But then to actually do it, they struggle with that for so many reasons. And I just want to kind of go on this self-improvement, self-care journey with people, because it's so hard to do it on your own. And even just coming down here and doing this video and we're getting it set up to record, like I said, I was in a depressive episode before this, and I was just not in a good spot. And I came out of it more quickly than I have in other episodes. So I was proud of that because it felt like the coping strategies that I have implemented have helped. And that's really exciting to me. Something else that's been going on mentally for me is that I'm a very creative person, and I feel like I haven't had a lot of time for my creativity because of not only, obviously having to work a full-time job, but then also getting to that full-time job, because of transportation. Like I've been saying, I usually have to either take a bus or pay for a Lyft or an Uber, which that right there can easily be 1 to 2 hours worth of my work pay. That's what I'm sacrificing just to get to and from work, which is insane. And, if it's close enough, I am lucky to walk or bike, but then that is also on me physically in order to get there. And unless you're someone who has had to, like, not like I'm going to walk to work today because, I want to be healthy and I want to get my steps in. No, 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 no. You have to walk to work to get there. You have to bike to get there because you don't have another option, whether it's because you don't have enough money for, a car to get there or a bus. So that's it, and it's hard when you're one of the few people at your job who has to deal with it, because either people have enough money to live close enough to the job so they don't have to worry about a commute, even if they don't have a car, or they just have a car. And unless you're the person who's always the one who doesn't have the car and they can't afford to live close enough, because usually the closer you live to, within the confines of a city or a town or whatever, the higher that rent is going to be. So I have felt like I haven't had time. I feel like I haven't had enough time to really pursue my creative interests. Hi, little girl. Yes. So happy. But then, because then when I do have free time, I want to hang with my friends, or I just want to relax. I want to not be on my feet. I want to lay in bed. I want to watch TV. I want to not think for a second. I want to not communicate with other human beings. But then, I haven't had work in months. And it has been really important for me to not work. But again, right now, I'm in the position where that's okay. And I have never been in that position. And I am kind of milking it for all it's worth and just relaxing and focusing on my mental health and my physical health and just taking a moment. And it's also cold and it's winter and I don't have motivation, which also sucks. So, I realize that it's not just the job. I realize that now for being in the position of not having it and still not getting the creative stuff that I want to get done. However, I'm also in a position where I was somewhat forced into this position that I'm in now because of our circumstances previously. So we're in a good position now. We're okay. But a lot of shit led up to this, which was all not okay. So I am trying to be soft with myself and understanding, while also giving myself little pushes here and there, because I don't want to squander this opportunity that I have. But I also think that taking time to be okay is not squandering it. And when I am okay, I'll start doing stuff again. And I feel like we're in a society that is so like push, 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 grind, work all these jobs, make all this money, push past your feelings and your hurt and all this. And I'm not against working hard. I'm actually an extremely hard worker, but it's also really important to make sure that you're okay. because it doesn't matter how hard you push yourself if you're not here tomorrow. And that is why, part of why I'm doing this channel, to kind of document my progress of, self-improvement, overall, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like I said. And spiritually is very loose for me, just so everyone knows. I am thinking of it more of, and it can mean anything to anyone, like whatever spirituality is for you, like totally fine. Just for me, it's a little bit more loosey-goosey, and it's more about like literally my spirit, which some people might say is your emotional health. I agree to an extent, but I also think that when everything is just kind of more balanced and more aligned, your spirit is genuinely just brighter. And I've felt that that's something I haven't talked about yet on this video. Yes, I've been going through some stuff recently, but I also have been training Ashi. She learned the button, so I've been teaching her the buttons because sometimes she meows at us or seems stressed, and I really don't know what it is. She has allergies, so it could be that she's itchy. It could just be that she wants to go outside. Like, I don't know. So I started her with treats, which is like the recommended one, and she learned that one. I was so excited about it because it took a while for her to like really actually press the button. She would like put her paw on it and stuff for a while, and then she finally got it. I'm teaching her play now, which I don't know if she's associated play with the button. I think that she also thinks it's treats, which is fine because she knows how to press the button. So still working on that. But that's been really fun bonding with her over that. And then I have also I know I said I had a recent depressive episode, which is true, but overall, recently, I feel like I've been just brighter. I've been like laughing at stuff a lot more. I, for a very, very long time, like not to say I wouldn't laugh with friends and laugh at movies or whatever, but I've always been a very joyful person, even though I've had stuff going on. I always try to experience the joy in life to kind of counteract the darkness. So I, for a long time, have just not really felt that, or it's been very fleeting. It's been like on a shoot, I feel it, or doing something that I love, that's just like, ooh, a little bit. But I used to just like watch stupid videos and they would crack me up, or hanging out with friends doing stupid things and just like laughing. And I just haven't really had that in a very, very long time, alarmingly long time, actually, to the point that I kind of became numb to it and didn't even realize until I realized that I was like laughing a lot more. And then a friend even noticed. We were on a video call and they were like, "You're so giggly, like whatever you have, like I want some of that," and I just talked to them about everything that, we've been through and been going through. They know, they're like one of my best friends, and just saying like, I feel like I'm finally had the time and space to really process all of this, and I'm just feeling like lighter, and I'm feeling more in tune with myself and who I am. And I have not felt that in probably years. I've felt very detached from who I am. Like I said, sometimes it comes and goes, and always been me, but just like I said, that connection of like body, mind, and soul was not there. And a lot of that has to do with everything that we've been through, and just it's been a little bit of a constant, or just kind of like a one thing happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. And it's been a lot of big things. It's not been like, it's been like big life-changing things. And it's been really hard. And I've had a lot of cries and outbursts and not good mental health days. And that's okay, because I think that that is all me processing it. And I have friends and I have a partner and I have a wonderful little kitty. And a lot of people do not get the time that I've been able to have right now. Some people do. It's not like that entirely rare, but a lot of people don't. And I'm so grateful to have had it, because it's given me a lot of clarity. And don't assume like I've been out here like meditating every day. Like, there are definitely weeks where I do nothing. I'm watching Netflix or I'm watching a show that I love. I love The Bear. I just started watching that. Amazing. The shots, the cinematography, the acting, the food. It's so good. I cannot wait for season 3. I've been watching a lot of movies. I've been watching a lot of shows. I have been healing my inner child, watching animated movies I haven't seen yet, crying by myself, and being okay with it. So I don't think that healing works the same for everybody, and it's okay to do nothing. And that is like kind of the main thing of like everything that I've been talking about today. Yes, we want to accomplish our goals. Yes, we want to make sure that we're okay. Yes, we want to be there for ourselves and be there for friends and family. And we do that when we can. But it's also okay to do nothing. You're okay to sit in your room for a day if that's what you feel like you need. You can stay in your fuzzy slippers, in your robe, not put clothes on for the day, and sit in bed and watch YouTube videos. Just make sure you eat and drink water. But it's okay to do nothing. And the thing that I think that I have been working on the most is to be okay with that, because I struggle so much. Even when I've been working and taking care of people and taking care of our cat and trying to take care of myself, when a day would come to do nothing, I would like feel physically like ill. Like I was like, no, I have to do the dishes or I have to clean the house. And unfortunately, that is also just our society, because we put way too much pressure on work and we only have 2 days off. And honestly, we should just have a 4-day work week and then have 3 days off so that you can actually have a full day of rest. So you don't have to do all your errands when you are not at work, but that is an entirely different conversation, I guess. So yeah, I would really, really struggle to just relax and take the day to do nothing, or to just enjoy myself, or to draw, or to do a photo shoot or whatever. And my partner was always trying to encourage me to relax. And honestly, it took me years to learn how to relax. That's kind of insane. And a part of it is my upbringing. You know, I grew up doing sports and band, and I would always have extracurriculars with like, my family was very religious. So there'd be like CCD and youth group and stuff like that. And then even outside of that, when I went to college, I had a job. High school, I had a job. So I'd have school and I'd have work, and then I'd have, you know, you want to be social, friends, sports, still had sports in college. And then I came out of that and it was immediately into the work world. And then I was working all the time, and then I was commuting to work, and that was a lot. And then again, you want to have a social life, you want to see your friends, you want to be happy. So it's like balancing all this stuff can be exhausting. And I kind of forgot where I was going with that thought, but oh yeah, this learning to relax. Socializing is great and it's fun and it's awesome, whether it be online or with friends in person. But it can also be exhausting, especially if you work in a field where you're dealing with people, which is a lot of my jobs. So to have a time to actually relax and like play a video game or watch a movie or take a long bath or take a nap, like it was so foreign to me because my relaxing was like, again, like doing something fun, seeing friends, stuff like that. Going out on a hike or trying to exercise or going for a run or whatever. And that's all good, especially if that helps you, feel better. But like, I genuinely did not know how to relax. My anxiety, like, would always get the best of me. So for years, I tried to like squish down that little voice in my head that's like, you need to do this and you need to do this and oh my God, look at this, you did it. And it's like, the dishes will still be there tomorrow. Take a day to relax. Maybe if you relax today, then tomorrow you'll feel a little bit more energized and you can do the dishes or sweep or vacuum or whatever it is. There's always going to be the next day. If today is your day to relax, relax. And that took me so long to learn. And I feel like I'm still learning it a little bit. And I've also, one of the kind of healthy habits that I've been trying to get now, especially because I do have the free time, is doing chores like separate from each other. Because again, I have not been diagnosed officially, but heavily believe that I have ADHD. So I would go through like phases of not doing anything, especially because of my depression or work or whatever. And then I would be like, oh my God, I have all this energy. And then I would do all the dishes and then I would be vacuuming and then I'd be like moving chairs or couches and then I'd be like scrubbing the bathroom. And there'd be like stuff half done everywhere. And then it'd be getting towards the end of that like burst of energy. And then I would have to like put all the stuff away that I like put everywhere and stuff got cleaned. Like it was clean, but it was also exhausting. And so I have gotten into a point now where it's like, okay, let's do this today. Let's do this today and not create a list where it's like everything needs to be done on Sunday or everything needs to be, and that works for some people. You do all your chores in one day and that's awesome, but that does not work for me. I drain myself every time I do that. So before I go back out into the working world, I really want to make sure that I have a good, not necessarily a schedule, because I am not great with those unless it's work, which I excel at. But at home, I know it's just like, oh, the floors look like they could use a sweep. Let me sweep those on this day. Oh, the counter really needs to be wiped off. I'm not doing anything right now. Let me wipe them off. So breaking those up really helped me a lot. So that's something that I've also been working on. I feel like this video has been very back and forth and very not organized. And I apologize for that, but it has been a while since I've made one. Again, I have not named my channel yet. I have not made my channel. I have not finished editing any of these videos. So it has been at least a month or two since I've made a video. That will not be the case in terms of when I'm posting all of these. It'll just be, like I'll be in with its regular schedule. But I did want to make this video to just kind of highlight the reality that we all live in, and we have these goals, and there are not always, but there can be setbacks. And that doesn't mean that you can't continue to work on what you want to work on. But we live in a fucked up world and fucked up shit happens. And it's just about getting back to what you want to do on a time that works for you, because that's what's most important. And it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to do nothing. I'm still learning that. I forgot to charge my watch. I know I talked about that a lot in the other videos. I have not been using that at all, which really sucks because it was helping me drink water. And now it gets to be 4 p.m. and I haven't drank any water. Then I'm guzzling water. I did start drinking water at like 2 today. Oh, 2 hours difference. But the watch was really helping me with that. With everything going on, I like just haven't had it. I'm going to go charge it now. I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to do a dance class. Like I said, I've been stretching, but I haven't really been working out aside from like walking around or whatever. So I really want to start getting back into that. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to need space. It's okay to not know what to do. And don't let this world make you feel like you can't take a day for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's just you. I love my friends. I love my partner. I love my little kitty cat. But at the end of the day, it is just me. And that's something I'm realizing more and more every year that goes by. And it can be a little like scary and hard, but no one is coming to cure my depression. No one is going to rip the anxiety out of my chest. No one can make sure that I'm working out so that my heart and lungs are healthy. People can say motivating things, friends can try and help, people can be there for you, but it really is you at the end of the day. And I still think a support system is incredibly important and incredibly helpful. All I'm saying is that you have to look out for you and love you. And that's something that has also been really hard for me. You know, I have had a lot of difficulty when it comes to my confidence. And like back in the day, I don't think I really have issues with my confidence now, but confidence and loving yourself aren't necessarily the same. They can intertwine, but they're not necessarily the same. So, like loving myself, like really, really loving myself has been hard. And I feel like, again, having this time, kind of having this solitude has really put a lot of things in perspective for me. And it's nice to feel that love coming back at myself because I have a lot of love to give and I really love people. But loving yourself can look like a lot of different things. And I know for me, making sure that I take care of myself is a form of love. And that's kind of what I do to a lot of my friends as well. I'm like, are you taking care of yourself? Are you drinking water? Are you stretching? All these things. And then they're like, hey, are you doing those things? And I'm like, that's not the question. It's if you're doing okay. So I realize that I can give good advice, but not necessarily take my own advice. And that's what I really want to start doing. I want to love myself as much as I love other people and animals. Don't know if I'll ever love myself as much as I love an animal, though I love animals so much. They're just pure little babies. So that's it. That's the update. I might do an update after this, after I do the dance class. I have to go charge my watch though, because I do want to record it and I want to get back to wearing that because it was very, very helpful. So we're trying to get back on track, y'all. Thank you for being here. I don't know what my outro is because I don't know what my channel is called yet. But thank you for being here. And I hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves. And I hope that you have drank some water today. And I hope that if you need a hug, that you get a hug soon from someone who you care about a lot. So, okay. Peace.